Indiana's news leader. Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock starts now.
All the members of the Indiana Tech bowling team survived a charter bus crash on Interstate 65 in southern Indiana. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Stair.
I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan. Andrea off tonight at 5. Here are the new developments for you to share since we first told you about this crash as breaking news today at noon.
Now, the mangled bus that flipped over on I-65 is uprighted now and off a grassy embankment near Henryville in southern Indiana. Southbound traffic is back open to traffic right now.
So let's get you up to the minute on the investigation. 21 people were on board that charter bus, including 16 members of the Indiana Tech bowling team. The bus was going to a tournament in Tennessee when it left the roadway today around 11 o'clock.
Now, as we said, no one died, and investigators don't know yet the cause of the crash. Right now, they're working on a stretch of I-65 near mile marker 22 in Clark County.
Eyewitness News reporter Rich Van Wyk is near the crash scene right now, and Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Rader is at the University of Louisville Hospital, where most of the injured remain tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Naomi Peskovitz spoke with family of one of the victims, who is from here in central Indiana.
Our team coverage begins now with Rich Van Wyk, who's at the spot where the bus flipped in southern Indiana. Rich?
John, the accident occurred at the entrance to a rest area. Witnesses say the bus veered across the interstate, turned halfway around, and then rolled into this ditch. Arriving firefighters, other first responders, state police, they had good reason to fear the worst. The crash was so violent, the bus so badly damaged, seasoned state troopers were relieved the passengers and driver weren't more seriously injured.
This is very serious, make no mistake about it. We expected much worse. I certainly expected that there could have been a fatality or multiple fatalities.
The accident occurred around 10:30 this morning. The medium-sized excursion bus carrying 21 college bowlers, their coaches, and their coaches' wives veered out of control.
He slid across. It's actually a miracle that no one T-boned him, because he came across this way and then hit the embankment and rolled.
It appears as if the driver drifted off the shoulder into the grassy median, then swerved back across the interstate and down an embankment. The bus spun around and rolled on its side. Rescuers say some passengers climbed out of the wreck. Others had to be extricated and flown to local hospitals. I-65 closed for hours, clearing the way for emergency vehicles and allowing police to begin their investigation. Accident reconstructionists mapped and searched the area looking for clues.
That's where we don't know if this was an issue of a fatigued driver, a medical issue, something mechanical. Those are all things that we're looking at. We just don't have that information now.
Police are already focusing on the bus. They'll be checking tires, brakes, steering, suspension, and other critical systems looking for problems. They'll focus on the driver, his overall health. How much sleep did he have last night? No doubt blood tests will be done to see if any alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medicines are involved. And then there are the passengers. No doubt they'll want to be speaking to them to see exactly what was happening in that bus that led to such a crash. Reporting live, Rich Van Wyk, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Rich.
The Indiana Institute of Technology is located in Fort Wayne, and its bowling teams recently traveled to Indianapolis for a tournament here.
Now, both the men and the women participated in the Hoosier Classic last month, but we don't know how many members of each team were on board today's bus that crashed. Now, 12 of the 21 people transported to the hospital were sent to the University of Louisville Hospital.
And that's where Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Rader is there gathering information tonight about their conditions. Kevin.
12 of the 21 passengers on board that bus are currently here being treated at University of Louisville Hospital. They range in age from 19 all the way to 76. The heliport, which you see just over my shoulder, has been extremely busy transporting all those passengers. As you might imagine, those patients, 8 were transported to Scott Memorial Hospital, 1 Clark Hospital, Jeffersonville, and 12 here to the University of Louisville, 2 of those in serious condition. We also got a good look at that bus as it was being towed away from the scene this afternoon, driving home the severity of the incident, and no doubt also telling us why 12 of the people on board that bus are now being treated here at the University of Louisville Hospital.
Two of the patients are in serious condition. We are evaluating those patients for the potential of a fractured pelvis, wrist, and possible concussion. We have 10 other patients that are in in stable or fair condition, and again, all of those patients are in the emergency department and in various stages of diagnostic.
None of these injuries are believed to be life-threatening. No extra staff brought in here to the hospital to treat those who are here. Coming up at 5:30, we'll hear about the severity of those injuries, and on Eyewitness News at 6, we'll hear a little bit about what the driver of that bus is currently being treated for. That's all coming up tonight. Reporting live in Louisville, Kevin Rader, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, we'll check back. Thank you, Kevin.
Members of the Indiana Tech bowling team are from Central Indiana. We've learned that at least one of those from Central Indiana was on the bus that crashed today.
Family members tell us that 21-year-old Samantha Pash is hurt but is going to be okay. And Eyewitness News reporter Naomi Peskovitz spoke with her family today. She joins us now from Decatur Central High School, Samantha's alma mater. Naomi?
Samantha was a three-sport athlete here at Decatur Central High School. She played basketball and softball, and she bowled, which her grandmother says is her true passion. A scroll through 21-year-old Samantha Pash's Twitter account shows she loves to bowl and was excited for sectional competition this week. Just hours before the crash, she tweeted, "About 4 more hours and we will be in Tennessee." And earlier this week, she said, "I'm focusing on myself and bowling this weekend, nobody or anything else." Samantha's grandmother, Wanda, told us she called her family on the way to the hospital.
She had a bad knee and a bad foot and I think a few lacerations. She's going to be fine. We talked to the ambulance driver that was taking her to the hospital, and he said her injuries was minor, so that was good. But I know some of the other kids are not in as good a shape.
Samantha's cousin Caleb also graduated from Decatur Central High School and plays on the team at Indiana Tech. He was not on the bus that crashed, but the two like to bowl together.
She just loved bowling. It's kind of a family thing. She started with her father bowling.
We're told Samantha was taken to Clark Memorial Hospital in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And after hearing word of the crash, her father and grandfather went to be by her side.
All in all, you know, they're all very lucky. That it could have been a lot worse.
And we've learned that another young woman from Muncie is on that bowling team but was not on the bus this morning. Meantime, the folks here at Decatur are sending their support to the Pash family tonight. Reporting live from the southwest side, Naomi Peskovitz, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Naomi.
Governor Mike Pence released a statement reading in part today, "Our hearts go out to the Hoosiers impacted by this morning's bus crash in southern Indiana. As law enforcement and emergency personnel respond to this situation, we urge all Hoosiers to hold these men and women in their thoughts and their prayers."
And 13 Investigates dug into the bus company's history and safety record. Eyewitness News anchor Scott Swan is here with what we found. Scott?
Yeah, John, Excursion Trailways has had a nearly flawless federal record over the past 2 years. The company is located out of Fort Wayne. We took a look through the U.S. Department of Transportation records today, and here's what we found. Over the past 2 years, they were involved in one fatal crash. It was not the bus driver's fault. During that same time, they had one bus with violations. It was taken out of service. And one driver received citations during a traffic stop. To put all of that into perspective, the buses traveled more than 687,000 miles in that time. Excursion says it is cooperating with that investigation into today's crash. John?
All right, thank you, Scott. And for more images from the crash, we have the complete interview with state troopers and the latest reports on the students' conditions. You'll find that here on Eyewitness News and also at WTHR.com.